You guys, it's been quite some time since the last episode of this here on the channel, and I'm always very much so looking forward to it, and that is a Showdown ranking video where we're going to be outlining the absolute best brawlers for the game mode with a pro player's opinion. One of the best pro players in the entire community when it comes to solo Showdown, so we're definitely in good hands today. So hope you guys are all pumped up, hope you guys can find it useful today, and with that being said, let's get straight away into it. Here we go! Alright everybody, so once again we are guided by the expertise of one of the absolute best pro solo Showdown players in all of Brawl Stars, and that is MoneyCapital. He's sitting at a staggering 10,394 solo Showdown victories. Crazy to even think about, it's hard to fathom. So if we take a look at the leaderboards over here on Starlist Pro, MoneyCapital is sitting at 13th in the entire world when it comes to solo Showdown victories. So it's definitely safe to say MoneyCapital knows his way around the solo Showdown meta and just Showdown meta in general. So I think we are in good hands moving forward today. So we're going to be getting straight away into the top 10 best brawlers for this game mode so that you guys can know exactly who to play to get as many trophies as possible. So let's get straight away into it. Okay everybody, so getting straight away into the 10th best brawler for the game mode Showdown, and it's safe to say your boy Ray is happy about this one because it's going to the bringer of bats, the creature of the night, our main man, Mortis. Guys, I feel like Mortis has been really clawing his way in the Showdown meta, trying his absolute best to stay relevant in the game mode, but we can't discredit his positioning here, right? Top 10 ain't too shabby, even if it is the 10th place spot, and it really all comes down to his mechanics for Showdown, right? He has a lot of versatility. He's able to use his mobility to stay alive. If you're in a tight spot, you might not have the best start, then you could just kind of get away from all the pressure, get it into better positions on the map, and try to ride it out for that positive trophy positions in the game mode, as well as you can play really aggro if that suits your play style. You got Coiled Snake as well as Combo Spinner for those early game squishy brawler kills, getting off to an early power cube advantage and seeing how that plays out for you in the end. But guys, I'm very excited to see how MoneyCapital does with Mortis here in Showdown, because MoneyCapital plays very different than I do in Showdown. So let's get straight away into it, see how he does. Here we go. Okay everybody, so looks like MoneyCapital found his match with Mortis here. I'm always so psyched for these videos, guys, for a few different reasons, and I've said this time and time again. Number one, I feel like Showdown is one of the more fun game modes to spectate in Brawl Stars compared to like the 3v3 game modes, because you can see everything that's happening on the map, right? You can see bulls bush camping in the bushes, you can see Leon's invisible running around trying to find their kill. It's just a lot of fun, as well as MoneyCapital plays way different than I do in Showdown. He is literally like 100% aggression, aggro, and I'm like 100% passive. So it's cool to see someone play way different than you, and hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. So MoneyCapital going in on a 3 power cube Nita. You better believe I would have never done that ever. Looks pretty decent here. He's not like overpowered or anything right now here, but he's able to get those early on combo spinner kills with the 3 taps along with the combo spinner. So 4 different basic attacks, which is really good for getting those squishier kills. But now we have energy drink. We're going in for the double kill, baby. We're top 2. We have 1 man to beat, 7-3. We got Carl using his super to get away, but guys, when you're Mortis, you have that mobility, you have the agility to get those first place spots, tracking those people down and getting that first place victory. What can we expect from MoneyCapital, and what can we expect from the creature of the night, baby? You gotta love to see it. So let's get straight away into the 9th place spot here in Showdown, guys. Already off to a good start. I love this. Let's do it. So everybody, coming up on our 9th place spot, the 9th best brawler for Showdown is going to be going to a legendary brawler, and what a surprise, it is Leon. Guys, I feel like I don't remember a time where Leon wasn't in the like top tier best brawlers for Showdown. Even if he's a little bit weaker in all the other game modes, his mechanics really carry him here, much like Mortis. But guys, we'll see how MoneyCapital does with this guy here. I'm very excited to see how he rips around with an inherent aggro brawler. So let's do it. But now we have our sights set on a dynamite. We'll see if we can capitalize here. And it's very fitting his name was Leon, taking out the dynamite. So Shelly going in, and MoneyCapital definitely in this situation is thinking, you know, the Shelly just ate up a few different shots there, going for that bull, 3 basic attacks, so he has the fair open window to go for it. A little bit of a harder brawler to go for since she had so many power cubes, but still definitely a good call going for that Shelly after she went to contest that bull. So here we go, timing the shots in between that Leon. My goodness, finding that small window of opportunity to take out that Leon, even if he was juiced up. Guys, they were at the same power level on top of the Leon having the energy drink. So it was definitely in the other Leon's favor, so MoneyCapital definitely capitalizing on that situation and easily taking that first place spot. Guys, you gotta love to see it. This is so much fun to watch. Let's head into number 8, the 8th best brawler for Showdown. Here we go. So coming in at number 8 here inside of Showdown is gonna be going to Jacky, and not a huge surprise with this selection here. I feel like Jacky's one of those brawlers where it doesn't necessarily matter if you have her maxed out. Her ability to survive is very, very good in the game mode, not to mention being able to get to a really early power cube advantage right off the get-go with the splash damage if there's some boxes grouped up. If you do have her gadget, that increased mobility to take out the squishier units. If you have the star power, the decreased damage coming in, very, very good for Showdown, and just being able to ride out the match, right, with your higher health. She is somewhat considered a tankier unit here in Brawl Stars. So definitely Jacky, very, very good inside of this Showdown meta, but once again, very, very excited to see how MoneyCapital does with her here. So let's do it. So we found our match with Jacky here. We'll see how MoneyCapital does, and a few other things that I didn't mention while we were going over the rundown with Jacky there is I feel like in Showdown there's a lot of maps with a bunch of walls, right, where Jacky definitely thrives. The Gale, a last-ditch effort putting down that jump pad, but still the end result, MoneyCapital taking down that Gale with a surprise attack with the help of the gadget on top of it and securing 2 other boxes. Man, we are off to a good start here with 5 power cubes. Another Jacky on the prowl again. Like I said in the beginning there, it's definitely super easy to get a bunch of power cubes with Jacky. I guess it's kind of dependent on the map. You need to have boxes that are grouped together, but on a map like this where there are boxes grouped together, you can have 7 power cubes very early on in the game, which is definite plus. So taking out the Brock there, we have 8 power cubes. We have a Surge, but it looks like MoneyCapital taking out the Surge easy peasy. The Bull shouldn't be a huge problem because he's a close range brawler. The M's might be a little bit tricky, and I don't think the Barley should be too much of an issue. We are running things. MoneyCapital has this game in his hand. He's going to hover around this energy drink as well, picking that up, going straight for the Bull because he has more power cubes. We're honing in on him, using the super to bring him close with the shield, taking him out for 11 power cubes. Now, M's getting in close, but still MoneyCapital has that gadget on the back burner, closing in and taking out the M's. Now we only have a power cube one power cube, excuse me, Barley to beat. And I don't think MoneyCapital is going to have too much difficulty here. So it looks like might try to clip him with the super, but MoneyCapital is going to wait it out, get the energy drink, and close it in with the increased movement speed. We don't... Oh, he does have gadget. I was just about to say that might not have gadget. Let's see, guys. I'm telling you, the one deficit of Jacky here is that she don't have range. A 1 power cube Barley can definitely get the better of you if you're not careful. So MoneyCapital, don't let this go to waste. Heal up if you can. MoneyCapital is like toying with his food, but it's a little bit stressful here. Come on, let that poison creep in. Waiting it out as any tankier brawler would do. If you don't have range, you just gotta wait for that poison to close you off. Get that enemy brawler within your range by the map's discretion. That's how you do it, man, with the close range brawlers. But MoneyCapital, once again, another first place victory, doing very good today. But let's head into number 7. So our 7th place spot in the current Showdown meta may come as a surprise to a lot of you guys out there, but that is 8-bit. Even having a star power that saves your life isn't necessarily amazing at lower trophy ranges in Showdown. I feel like once you get to that 850 to like 1250 and above, that's where 8-bit really shines because there's a lot of teaming involved at those trophy ranges. But at like the 500 through 700 trophy range, MoneyCapital explains that 8-bit isn't as good as he is when teaming isn't involved, but definitely still really good mechanics. You have long range, but really the biggest deficit is that you don't have a lot of mobility. A lot of people can kind of punish you without any of your control, right? Kind of abusing your lack of mobility, but we'll see how MoneyCapital does with 8-bit here. Let's do it. Spawning by a few boxes is definitely a good start. So who else do we have on the map? We have a Daryl securing a bunch of power cubes there right off the get-go. Looks like we're duking it out with a Brock over here. MoneyCapital taking out that Brock with half health to spare, and we do have that second life on the back burner. Make sure to keep that in mind, and we have 5 power cubes. Money doesn't know that the Daryl is in the bushes. Daryl rolling in on the Shelly, not a good move, even if you do have 6 power cubes. That's definitely a sketchy operation there. So I think he's going to use gadget, maybe, potentially. Going over there, Shelly kind of knowing that that's going to happen, using the super to get away. But again, MoneyCapital does have That second life might be able to take out the Nani, but not quite. But still a decent match. Who is camping? The Primo, of course.
El Primo is here.
It's always a Primo, man. But at the hands of a Nani, you might be seeing her later on the list. But let's move on here. So rounding the corner to number 6, the 6th best brawler in Showdown is going to be going to Nani. Please excuse my 200 trophy Nani, guys. Still haven't made myself come to terms with pushing some of the newer brawlers here. I'm always dead set on pushing my favorite brawlers in Brawl Stars. But guys, that's just how I play. Let's get back on track. Nani, always going to be good in Showdown. Once again, she is really good at getting those boxes. She has incredibly high DPS. Once you're able to get that super, you can use the peep in order to take out people, being able to snipe them, or use your gadget to get in close and secure some power cubes in a very intense situation, right? You can get on very good opportune places on the map where power cubes might be kind of in abundance, as well as there are a few other things such as the recent changes to Nani, where it's really easy to get that chip damage down, where it doesn't just stop once it hits that maximum range, it continues further. For that chip damage, always really good in Showdown. That long range pressure is definitely a huge plus in Showdown. So Nani always going to be good here, but we'll see how MoneyCapital can do with Nani here. So let's get into it. Okay, guys, so some Nani action ahead of us. We'll see what Money does here, rocking the new skin up against the Brock right off the get-go, which should be a favorable matchup here, depending on what star power Brock has, but getting out of that little scrap there. But we'll see what else is in store for us. So we have a Surge, a Bull, a Frank on the top portion of the map, just burning through that Surge. No sweat whatsoever, and we're capitalizing here with the stuff that we have. Looks like he used a super there to open up the boxes even quicker, so checking to see if the Bull is there. I think MoneyCapital already knows that there's someone in the bushes. Yep, taking out the Bull there. We still have that camping Frank. I don't think Money knows that he's up there, and now we're honing in on a Poco. Poco using the heal, but we do enough damage to take him out easily. Now we have another peep in our possession. We have Frank rolling in. I'm not sure what star power he's using. I think he's using the shield one, yeah, from what we saw before. So it looks like he's going to use it to gadget in on the Frank. He doesn't care about the energy drink. He's going to close the quarters. Double shot? 2-shot of Frank. Imagine that. I know he's got a lot of power cubes, but it's weird to see 2-shotting of Frank, a tanky brawler like that. Coming up on a Rosa, taking her out. A runaway Rosa, a Rosa that Money didn't know was there. So who else is on the map? Looks like 2 people duking it out down there. Daryl escaping that little scrap there at the end, but it looks like he's just going to snipe. Nope, he's going to use the gadget, getting close, and take him out with 14 power cubes, easily taking in another first place spot here in today's video. But let's keep this ball rolling. Here we go, heading into 5. So our 5th place spot is a brawler that was definitely a little bit higher in our last episode of the Showdown ranking here, but that is Gale. He moved down just because he got an overall nerf. He's not as prevalent in the meta anymore, but he's still very good. He has really good mechanics for the game mode that increase mobility, with the gadget being able to jump around wherever you'd like. If there's a bunch of boxes in a certain area, use that gadget getting close, as well as the star power if you do have it. The stun star power is so dang good, with as many walls that we have in Showdown. Pinning them up against something, taking them out very quickly with the high DPS that Gale has is very easy. So yeah, Gale all around very good in Showdown. So we'll see how MoneyCapital does with this chromatic brawler here. Here we go. So Money found his match with Gale here. Looks like he's closing in on an unsuspecting Jessie, taking her out right off the get-go without a waste of power cubes in the vicinity. So we have 3 power cubes right off the get-go, not too shabby, and it looks like we're going to be able to get 5. Very good start there by MoneyCapital using Gale. We have a Colt going to pick up the power cube, or the energy drink, excuse me. We have a Bow there at the bottom. We have a Piper, and we have Money closing in on the energy drink once again, using it to take out the boxes. A good play, especially if there's no one that you can see to use the energy drink on. Use it in some sort of beneficial way. So it looks like he's using the jump pad, landing right on the Colt. Like we said before, that increased mobility with that gadget is so dang important. But things are going really well here. We have 10 power cubes, 4 brawlers remaining in the match. It's definitely safe to say Gale is still incredibly good in Showdown. So it looks like Leon using that super to get away. He's gonna hover around there. Oh my goodness, the cojones. I don't care if he died. You gotta love the freaking aggro pressure. I don't know if he knew that that jump pad would send him into a energy drink bow, but he played that very well if he didn't know that there was a bow there, using the super to stun him for a split second, taking a little bit of damage from the bow. The Leon wasn't there to capitalize on his low health. I think Money would have been able to get away with that really crazy play, but still very, very fun to watch. Gale coming in at number 5. Let's move on to number 4. So our 4th best brawler for Showdown, getting up there on our tier list today, and that goes to another legendary brawler, Crow. What a surprise. I feel like Crow and Leon, both legendary brawlers on the tier list today, have the same reasonings as to why they're so dang good in Showdown. Their mechanics never lie. They are always good in Showdown. How many times have you watched this type of video seeing Crow on this tier list? I bet you it's a ton, because Crow is so dang good in the game mode. He has very bursty damage at close range if you need to, though he has a little bit of lower health. He has a gadget to kind of subset that lower health, being able to tank out even the highest DPSs in the entire game with the gadget, along with the really annoying chip damage, where health is a very important commodity in Showdown, right? You don't want to die. Being able to keep people low and chip down and putting them in very stressful situations is really, really good. But guys, we'll see how Money does with this dude here. Let's do it. Okay, time for a little Crow action. Looking like we're going to pressure a max right off the get-go. Guys, I'm sure you've noticed by now, but MoneyCapital definitely just kind of hones in on whoever's the closest to him wherever he spawns, which is really, really cool. It's a nice breath of fresh air when it comes to watching Showdown, or just the way that I normally play it, right? I'm just going for boxes most of the time, trying to avoid any pressure, but Money's just got killing on his mind, man. Going in for the Jacky here, using his second gadget, I believe, or first, using a super to jump on the max. We don't have any health to really work with here, but he don't care. He's being his aggro self, man. At 2,000 HP there at the end, it looks like Mortis is probably going to come in, but thankfully, that energy drink was just wrapping up there, guys. That Mortis mobility definitely would have caught up to Money there, but we do have an energy drink here waiting for us, so we're going to pick that up. MoneyCapital off to the races. We have a camping Nani and a Mortis as our only contender. I don't think the Nani is anyone we have to root for. Guys, this has been the second time, I think, in today's video where the same person that MoneyCapital is playing and honing in on and trying to kill is the name of the brawler Money is playing with, right? This Mortis' name is Crow. Freaking hilarious. But once again, we have Nani trying to creep in, still camping his butt off, taking him out. Rewarded for camping, man. I guess it is the Showdown meta. But here we go. Mortis doing Mortis things, camping it out, trying to buy his time. Never underestimate a Mortis, using that super to get away and being tactical to avoid that pressure from the energy drink Mortis and taking him out. Not too bad there by MoneyCapital, being quick on his feet with the slick moves, avoiding that Mortis there. But let's move straight away into number 3 on our list, getting into the top 3. So our 3rd place spot shouldn't be coming as a surprise to a lot of you guys out there, and that's going to be going to B. Guys, B is so dang good in Showdown. There's a lot of things going for her. Once again, I feel like much like Jacky, it doesn't necessarily make a huge difference if you have her maxed out or not. Again, a very huge plus if you have that gadget to eat out some of the damage from some longer range pressure or bush checking people. But other than that, you still have that stinger shot where B really capitalizes with that. I feel like watching B gameplay or playing with B in Showdown is a really unique experience, or it's a lot of fun because you play her a lot differently. You should be most of the time going for people not getting boxes. If you spawn by like 3 boxes and a person is kind of close by, you should be going for that person, going for those kills, which is why I enjoy B gameplay in Showdown. But guys, we'll see how Money can do with B. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun to watch. So let's get straight away into it. All right, so as we're queuing up into this game with B here by MoneyCapital, I failed to mention one other thing, which I'm sure you guys already knew why B is so good, and that is having honey coat. It's basically a nerfed second life that 8-bit has. It serves the same function, right? It saves your life in Showdown, which is definitely really important in solo Showdown, especially being able to protect that life and being basically having an open window to be a little bit more aggressive than you normally would with other brawlers. You can kind of get in the faces of other people if you do have that honey coat still, like MoneyCapital was doing here, running up on the Shelly, not caring whatsoever, using that gadget. Let's get back to the play-by-play. That was such a good play by MoneyCapital there, using that gadget right in the nick of time to eat up that energy drink basic attack from the Surge. That would have definitely did a lot of damage to Money there, probably proccing the honey coat, which now we still have that going for us to take first place here, or to potentially take first place here. But I think we're in the driver's seat. MoneyCapital is doing just fine in this. Again, we still have honey coat going for us, and I guess it's not even necessarily a nerfed version if we're comparing it to 8-bits star power, because you keep your power cubes, right? I guess it's good in its own ways, right? But here we go. We got a crow. This might be a little bit tricky because we're still going to stay poisoned even if we have the honey coat, and crow taking us out in the end, but still a phenomenal match. He played that so dang well. I love seeing that gadget play, using the gadgets exactly how you should be with B there. So let's move on to number 2 here on our list. All right, everybody, so rounding the corner to number 2, and MoneyCapital's pick here for this position might be surprising to you because it was surprising to me, and that's going to be going to Pam. Guys, Pam has a lot going for her in Showdown. I feel like we've always seen her good in Showdown, much like a lot of the Brawlers that are on the ranking today. But if you really break it down, she's able to open up boxes in 2 basic attacks, something that's really rare for other Brawlers in the Showdown meta, as well as she has a lot of healing mechanics, right, with her super along with her gadget, which is so dang good in Showdown. Also the close range bursty damage that comes with Pam, and the long range chip damage. MoneyCapital describes her as the ideal long range tankier Brawler for Showdown, so Pam definitely deserving in the top 3 and the 2nd place spot. I'm sure if you guys do some calculated deduction here, you'll be able to tell who's in the 1st place spot. But let's get into the gameplay. So queuing up into our match here with Pam, looks like we're spawning right next to 2 boxes, but we have to contend with a Rico here trying to scavenge one of the cubes there, and he did successfully. It always stinks when someone picks up the 1 power cube that you're going for and then you kill them, and it just wastes one of those potential power cubes that you could have gotten. But we have 3 power cubes in a possession. MoneyCapital off to a pretty decent start. Mortis spinning away, but MoneyCapital makes quick work of the teamer there spinning. But let's see. So we have another Pam, a Shelly, duking it out. Looks like MoneyCapital wants everything about this action, man. He don't care. He wants these power cubes. We have a Colt camping there on the left. I didn't even notice him. That's freaking hilarious. Campers even getting away from my eye, a spectator in the game mode. That's freaking funny. So MoneyCapital now has 9 power cubes. Things are looking just fine, and I'm guessing Money's going to try to contest this energy drink because he does have some priority here with the 9 power cubes. So I think Money's going to try to pinch here the Shelly. He's doing a good job at doing so. All the priority is on the Shelly, and we still have that camping Colt. So it looks like the Shelly is the final boss here. MoneyCapital doesn't know what we know, right? The Colt is still camping down there. Money could think that there's a higher scary Brawler camping in the midst, but we know that information, which is another reason why I like Showdown and spectating Showdown. So MoneyCapital keeping up that pressure up against the Shelly, taking her out finally, and it looks like the Colt died at his own will to the poison, taking an easy 1st place there. That's hilarious. Or whenever that poison comes in, man, whatever comes first. So funny. But guys, let's get into the 1st place, the absolute best Brawler for Showdown. Here we go. So everybody, we finally made it to that number 1 spot here, the best Brawler for the game mode Showdown, and I'm sure when you clicked on this video, you already had an idea of who that Brawler would be, and that is of course Surge. Guys, Surge isn't just good in Showdown right now, he's good in literally every single game mode. He's definitely the best Brawler in the meta currently, in my opinion, but there's so many things that make Surge good in Showdown. I think the only deficit, or the only thing really holding him back, is his 1st stage. It's all about getting past your 1st stage, but once you have that increased mobility or that movement speed, then you're good to go here. His gadget so dang good to get you out of a bad situation, or being super aggressive on like lobbers or squishier units, 3-tapping them, getting your super charged up, and just the chip damage if you have the star powers unlocked with that 1st star power. But yeah, guys, I feel like it doesn't take much explanation to explain why Surge is so dang good. I mean, if you get to the 3rd stage or the 3rd tier with Surge in solo Showdown, you're gonna win by default, it seems like. But I'm excited to see how Money rips around with this broken Brawler. Here we go. Who else is in the in this game mode or in this lobby. We got a Penny, a Barley, looking like the Barley's going to be going down up there. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Maybe both are getting away. We have a Nita, a Jean, another Surge. Oh, never mind. That's MoneyCapital ripping around already in the second tier. Guys, we take our eyes off of him for a second, and he's already reaping havoc on this freaking game mode. So he's got 4 power cubes. Not too shabby. Really, really good start there. And a Gale there in the bottom left camping. So he's going toe-to-toe with a Pam, which is probably the fiercest competitor he's going to be going up against in this match here. Already meeting the second tier with Surge for the added range. So now he has mobility and range on his side. I think things are going just fine. I think he already used a gadget as well, but still having 2 more of those, or at least 1 more. I'm not sure if he even used 1 of them. But just a breeze, guys. I mean, I think there's nothing more scary, nothing more broken inside Brawl Stars than a energy drink Surge at like his final tier. I guess he's at his second tier here, but just imagine. I don't think there's anything better. This is a walk in the park at this point, man. It's clear as day who's going to win this. There's not much this Gene can do. We're not even at our final form with Surge. MoneyCapital just walking around knowing he's got this in the bag, emoting away, using a gadget, getting close on the Gene, and taking that first place victory like it was nothing. It's like he's at freaking 100 trophies. Freaking amazing. Surge, OP, broken in general in the meta. So everybody, those are your top 10 best brawlers for the game mode Showdown, according to MoneyCapital, very seasoned pro Showdown player here in the community. You guys will all have to let me know you're thinking about the list. I think it's a very, very solid list. If you bring in any of these brawlers that MoneyCapital mentioned in today's video, you should be in a good spot to be able to win some trophies with those brawlers. So do your best, have some fun. Hopefully this was useful to you guys. If it was, be sure to drop a like on it. I'd really, really appreciate that. Be sure to go check out MoneyCapital, links in the description down below. As always, he makes fantastic YouTube videos, as well as he has a Twitter that he is always giving out really good information on Showdown and just becoming a better player in Brawl Stars. So I'm sure you guys would enjoy that. But yeah, guys, hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. Make sure to keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody. Love ya.